Last day of the Grand Challenge. I think I'm live. OBS is showing me one thing and Twitch is showing me a different thing. Great. Okay, I'm live. Nice. It's the last day of the Grand Challenge. I'm feeling pretty good. Not great that Twitch is still not showing me on live. There we go. Okay. One more round of games on this cold October day. Although it's not that cold anymore. Actually, it's very sunny today. It's warm outside, not so cold, not so warm inside, but I did finally turn the heat on yesterday after stream, so feeling pretty good. Still though, it's October, it's spooky season. One more set of games with the ghosts. I see they're plugging Terrestrial Crescendo in Battle Stadium right now as well. That, of course, is the competition next weekend where you bring only 2 Pokemon to a battle and you have to have either Koraidon or Miraidon. I don't know if I'll play that. I've thought a little bit about what I'll use if I play, so I guess I could throw a team together. Definitely won't stream it, though, or make any content on it, because next weekend is Thanksgiving and I will not be in my apartment with all my tech. So if I play Terrestrial Crescendo, it'll just be casually when I have some downtime while I'm back home for the holiday. No content. Unless I talk about the team afterward or something. But again, I'm not sure I'll play at all. I really have not prioritized it. However, independent of that, it's Grand Challenge time. Number 524, not bad. Let's see if I can improve that. Of course, I also could make it worse. That could certainly happen. I'm feeling pretty good now. I'm not starting off feeling kind of worn out like I was yesterday, so we'll see. Starting off fighting Andrew. Archaudon, Pelipper, Rillaboom, Annihilape, Kingdra, Hisuian Electrode. I just lost to a Kingdra in my last game yesterday, so really picking up where we left off here. Hisuian Electrode can set up their Archaudon. As long as I don't terrestrialize anything, they can't body press anything, but I could be pressured into terrestrializing something. I don't know, my Annihilape feels relatively okay here. Pelipper or Archaudon is always a scary duo. I feel like I have a decent out. I feel like I should have a decent out to it that I'm forgetting, like I said yesterday, because, you know, the very first version of this team a year ago would also have faced Pelipper and Archaudon. That duo has been very common since the beginning of the format. And I don't remember having trouble with them before. They're definitely getting in my head this Grand Challenge. I guess if I were to go back through the footage and compile statistics, I actually probably would have a decent win rate against Pelipper and Archaudon in this Grand Challenge. Like, not one of the better matchups, but an okay one. They just scare me whenever I see them. But this opponent actually leads with Electrode and Kingdra. Electrode could click Rain Dance, or they could just switch Pelipper in. Kingdra can have Hurricane, but it can also not have Hurricane, and also it's a Kingdra. I don't think it's going to one-shot my Ape or anything, but I certainly will set Light Screen while I click this bulk up here. It's just Taunt into Sableye. Okay, so I'm not getting a Reflect right now, but Light Screen is more important in this game anyway. And now that I know that they can Taunt Annihilape, I probably just go for Rage Fist or Drain Punch into something next turn. Oh, Scald, okay. That's not great because that can burn the Ape. Annihilape's only at +1. It's a little bit slow, but I think it's optimal here to protect and switch to Sinistcha. And then I can redirect Scalds from the Kingdra. Because I don't want to Terra Fire the Ape if I can avoid it. That does, of course, make it immune to burns, but there are a lot of ways that my opponent can punish it, including with the Scald damage. Yeah, Annihilape is at +1. I don't think I... Actually, no, because Hisuian Electrode is immune to Rage Powder, so it can taunt Annihilape. I don't think I click Bulk Up again. It's Terra into Kingdra. Water, okay. So the Scald will do extra damage, but Sinistcha shouldn't be too afraid of that. And unless it has Safety Goggles, which is, like, not impossible, I could surely Rage Powder the Kingdra. Okay, there's the Rain Dance. They're really going for that big Scald damage now. If it weren't for the... Oh, it's Muddy Water. Okay. That's fine. I mean, I wouldn't love an accuracy drop into Annihilate. It would give me a Defiant boost. It's not the end of the world, but... You know, it's not amazing otherwise, but... I mean, if it weren't for the burn chance, I'd be down to have Annihilate try to tank a Scald. But I'll just go for... I'll go for Rage Fist into Kingdra. It really looks like they might give me a boost on that. And I'll go for Rage Powder this turn. They can taunt Sinistcha. But if I get good damage into Kingdra, I'm okay. They taunt into Sinistcha, okay. They also could have taunted Annihilate, of course, because Hisuian Electrode is immune to Rage Powder. So I do redirect a Scald into Sinistcha this one time. It's doing a lot of damage, but they've committed their terror to the Kingdra. They did go for Scald, so I don't get a boost on this Rage Fist. And that means Drain Punch actually would have been stronger. I thought they would go for Muddy Water again, since that's what they did last turn. Sinistcha gets burned, that's not that big a deal. Sinistcha is taunted, so it can only click Matcha Gotcha. With that in mind, I think... I'm still trying to protect Annihilate from a Scald Burn, right? It might be, but I wouldn't bet that Matcha Gotcha KOs, so I'm just going to Drain Punch Kingdra and Matcha Gotcha. If they burn me, that sucks, but it is still playable. So I was thinking about being super safe there, protecting the Ape again, but I think it would still have to face Kingdra on the next turn. It's a little bit of a wash. Oh, here comes their Ape, so I'm about to boost that with Matcha Gotcha. Hopefully I get a burn. They've gotten 2 Scald Burns. We'll see if it's about to be 3. They do Scald the Ape. So now Rage Fist would have been stronger than Drain Punch, but what can you do? They don't get a burn this time. And what does Matcha Gotcha do? Knocks out Kingdra. That's good. They also can't have both Pelipper and or Chaldon in the back now that we've seen their Annihilate. And I have given it 1 stack on Rage Fist. I also have a stack on my Rage Fist, and my Ape is at +1/+1. So I might be okay to just Rage Fist their Ape. If I don't see Electrode here... Honestly, even if I do see Electrode here, maybe I switch out to Sinistcha and look to set Reflect first, just to be sure. They have leftovers on their Ape as well, though, so it's probably also a bulk up set. I think I'm better off being aggressive and trying to Rage Fist it before it can set up and match my setup. I probably want to switch Sinistcha out to Sableye this next turn anyway, though, so I'm not just clicking a not super strong Matcha Gotcha into their Ape. Pelipper is kind of a threat. Their Ape could easily be faster than mine because I have no speed investment. So this could definitely backfire, but I am just going to aggressively try to remove their Ape, and I'm going to get Sinistcha off the field here. Just go back to Sableye. If Sableye gets through this turn, then I can set a Reflect. Although, if I would knock out their Ape, there's actually no need to do that, so I can just Thunderwave Pelipper or something instead. Okay, Sableye is on the field. Hurricane into Annihilate does pretty big damage. But my Rage Fist comes out first. They don't have any speed investment either. Nice. We knock out their Ape. That was almost certainly a speed tie. So some good luck there. My opponent has gotten a couple of Scald Burns that didn't really matter, but they missed the one that did matter quite a bit, and then I probably won a speed tie there, so fairly lucky game. We take those. And now, yeah, there's probably no need for a Reflect. I think I'll Thunder Wave Pelipper and Protect Annihilate, and what I'm covering for here is Focus Sash on the Pelipper. Right, because it might take 2 hits to knock it out just because of that. So this turn we make it slower, assuming the Thunder Wave connects, and then I can Rage Fist Foul Play or something like that next turn. Actually, they might knock out Sableye this turn. But then I can Rage Fist and Matcha Gotcha, or even bring Basculegion in. I could even, if I get rid of Pelipper, or even just knock it down to a Sash, I could Terrasilize Basculegion, and then there shouldn't be much the Electrode can do to it. The Hurricane into Ape here, okay. Is Electrode going to hit me with some surprise? We've seen Rain Dance, Taunt. It probably has Bullet Seed. Well, let's find out. Rage Fist and Foul Play into Pelipper. They forfeit. Okay. No surprise on the Electrode, I guess. This felt like a solid... I was a little bit lucky, like I said, but that felt like a solid first game for the day. For 390. Not bad. Honestly, if I cross 1650, I might stop there. Even though I said I would try to play all the games. Now that I've said it, I probably won't cross 1650, but who knows. Cross that bridge if we come to it. Fighting Husky in the second game of today. Dragonite, Goldango, Rillaboom, Hisuian, Arcanine, Annihilate, and Murkrow. Murkrow is a problem because it gets Haze. That's the main thing. It also gets Taunt. Arcanine could give me Defiant Boost, but Murkrow could take them away. Dragonite, of course, can also run Haze, but on this team it probably doesn't have it because they have Murkrow. Anyway, start the procedure. Don't see much reason not to here. I did get Zoroark into a game yesterday, and I've gotten Typhlosion into, I think, 3 games this challenge. That's pretty good for those two. This team leans pretty heavily on its first 4 Pokemon, as you've seen if you've watched the streams. And as I've talked about in past YouTube videos about this team. I think Zoroark got into 2 games yesterday. And Typhlosion maybe 2 yesterday, 1 the day before. Anyway, they lead Dragonite and Annihilate. So I think it can just Reflect and Bulk up here. Again, I think they probably don't have Haze on the Dragonite because they have a Murkrow on their team and that's more likely to have Haze, but they could surprise me. Also, if they have their own Bulk up Annihilate, that's kind of awkward to deal with. I could consider Thunder Waving it so that maybe I could outpace their setup with... Oh, Coaching. Okay. Outpace their setup with full Paras. It's not Thunder Wave... Or it's not Bulk Up Ape. I'm setting up somebody else. This will immediately get rid of the defense boost. The Scale Shot into my Annihilate would have given me a ton of setup on Rage Fist, but that's presumably why they didn't do that. Okay, only 4 hits. I've been saying in these streams, when in doubt, prioritize screens. Foul play, or not a foul play, a thunder... I won't get a foul play off. A Thunder Wave into something would be nice here, but I do think Light Screen... They only have 1 special attacker on their team. But there's a good chance they brought it, I think. I get another Bulk up here. And yeah, when in doubt, I'll prioritize screens. Sableye probably goes down after this, though. Let's have Annihilate at +2. I can think about... The one thing that's super awkward with this team is I don't boost my own Annihilate in terms of Rage Fist base power. I do set up Bulk Ups, but I think about clicking Rage Fist into their Ape, maybe. It's not going to be that strong. I don't know, we'll see. Oh, I could go Sinistcha actually and Strength Sap the Dragonite. That ought to really slow them down, right? As long as they don't have a way to one-shot Sinistcha. They don't think they have. The Scale Shot is making the Dragonite faster than the Annihilate, so it's attacking before it gets the boost now. That's a tiny bit of awkwardness for their team. Not the end of the world, I'm sure. But it's a little bit funny. Yeah, I think I'm down to keep bulking up, honestly, and Strength Sap this Dragonite so that it can't keep pace. At least for now. As long as it has boosted attack. It is at +2 attack. I'm not the most confident that Sinistcha takes this Scale Shot. I should have maybe actually Terra Fairy'd there, but we'll see. The nice thing about Scale Shot is if it gets close to KOing, it'll activate the Citrus Berry along the way. Which gives Sinistcha a decent chance. Well, of course, I only get that benefit once. But that might be enough that I can then know to click the Terra Fairy after. They switch their ape out to Murkrow. Here comes the haze. Don't love seeing that here. Dragonite just protects. Okay. I mean, if it is haze on Murkrow, then they wipe out the Dragonite's boosts too, which is kind of nice here. I actually don't think I want to click Strength Sap again because they could switch the Annihilate in and get boosted by it. That would be a pretty funny play. I'll go for Drain Punch into Murkrow and I think just a Life Dew. Not a whole lot else to do with Sinistcha here. They switch Dragonite out. Is it Annihilate? Gholdengo. Okay. Well, we've seen all their Pokemon now. And it is Haze from the Murkrow. So, none of us have any of our boosts now. But unboosted Drain Punch doesn't do a whole lot, but damage on the Murkrow is good. They didn't do any damage to me, so Life Dew isn't really very useful here. I'm a little bit hesitant to click Machigacha in case they switch the Ape in, but... I don't think Machigacha is even that valuable. Let's just go for another Life Dew here. Terra Fairy on Sinistcha is also not very helpful in this position because of the Make It Rain. I could Terra Fire the Ape actually to cover for Gholdengo Shadow Ball. I should be okay at least this turn with Light Screen up. They Shadow Ball Sinistcha. Does a lot of damage. It activates the Citrus Berry. Foul Play into Annihilate. Finally something to boost my Rage Fist. I'm not even sure I need to prioritize the Murkrow that much now that I can click 100 power Rage Fist. Might want to prioritize that into Gholdengo. They can knock out Sinistcha here if they want. I'm thinking about the Terra Fairy. I don't think they click Make It Rain. Rage Fist, Terra Fairy, Machigacha. Alright, let's see. Maybe I should stick with the Life Dew, but yeah, we'll see. If they Shadow Ball Annihilate, that's, I think, good, because it shouldn't KO, and it gives me more power on this Rage Fist. Shadow Ball into Annihilate. Foul Play into Annihilate. This is a big Rage Fist coming out here. Into Gholdengo. KOs. I get a Machigacha into Murkrow. Would have preferred a Life Dew there in hindsight, but... Burn? Not a single Machigacha burn in this Grand Challenge. Burn would have been nice. Otherwise, I would have rather had a Life Dew there, but oh well. I didn't think they were going to double target Annihilate like that. So I was a little bit iffy on the Rage Fist damage into Gholdengo. The nice thing is, their Dragonite probably can't damage my Sinistcha now. They could have Final Gambit on their Annihilate, it's possible. But I'm not going to read that, I'm just going to Protect and Life Dew. My Ape gets a bit of recovery either way. They switch Dragonite in here, is it just coaching? If it's just coaching, then I could have bulked up. But again, the nice thing is, I mean, they could have another attack on their Dragonite besides Scale Shot, it's possible, but they haven't shown one. A lot of Dragonite in this format... Okay, it is Final Gambit. A lot of Dragonite in this format do only run Scale Shot. I've lost my immunity to that now, but the Murkrow is weakened. Dragonite's a threat. I think I can just click Last Respects into it. I don't love I don't love Sinistcha going down there, but I think I can live with it. Would have been pretty funny if I'd switched Basculegion in, though. Double into this Dragonite. Marcos has Tailwind. Gale Shot. Misses Annihilate. Okay, that might have saved the game. I don't think it was a sure thing for my opponent if that connected, but that miss was pretty big, I think. Marco shouldn't be able to win this now. Oh yeah, there goes my Reflect too, so big Scale Shot missed. And they only have physical attacks left to throw at me. Pretty unfortunate for my opponent there. I think I might stop if I cross 1650. Let's see what my rating is now. This is so tempting, you know. Oh, ooh, what do I do? It is tempting to hold on to this. Anyone in chat? Let me ask the PDL Discord. Anybody in chat, feel free to say hi while I make this tough decision here. Actually, I am leaning toward playing more. I don't care about the championship points. They're not that valuable from a Grand Challenge this season anyway. It's already documented that I got to this rating, so, you know, if there's any bragging value in that, I already have it. Alright, one person in the Discord said keep playing, so I think that's what I'll do. At least a little bit longer. I'm still around this rating closer to the end, we'll see. Let's get a game. Dumbo. Alright, we're fighting an elephant. They don't even have a Caparaja on their team? This looks like that weak armor, weakness policy, Armarouge stuff that I faced yesterday. You know, not exactly the same team, but a similar one. Alright, here we go. Sneasler and Deedee. Familiar pair of menaces. Does that exceed Sneasler? It is. I kind of want to Terrifire the Ape immediately. I know that makes Blood Moon Ursaluna scarier, but Deedee is scary right now. Go for light screen. Sneasler doesn't have... I mean, it can click close combat after I Terra. It won't do it this turn, but Turning massive damage into Annihilate. I did say that I wanted to play every game this challenge, but we'll see. They did click close combat turn 1. Oh my god. This might be the GOAT. How much does this expanding force do? Oh my god, okay. I feel like that's the one time that I said something with confidence. I didn't say, they probably won't close combat. I said, they won't do that. And they did. They did that. Basculegion saves the whole game? Let's see. Sneasler, Terra, Dark. Dark! Uh-oh. They have Throat Chop. Into Basculegion, I assume, yeah. Doesn't quite KO through the Reflect, but how much is this Wave Crash going to do back to me now? Also, the Sneasler's faster than Basculegion anyway. Okay, so clicking Wave Crash again loses Basculegion on the spot. Armarouge is here. I'm going to do the only thing I can reasonably do, I think. Pivot out to Sinistcha and click Foul Play into the Sneasler. It's protected against Thunder Wave twice over because they have Psychic Terrain up and it's a Dark type now. I mean, this game is, I think, pretty clearly lost. But if there's anything left to be done, it involved switching Basculegion out that turn. Presumably locking into Last Respects in the endgame. Foul Play does a lot to Sneasler. They set Trick Room, which is actually kind of good for me now, because Foul Play does a lot to the Sneasler. Don't have a way to do much to the Armarouge, do I? Matcha Gotcha, I guess. And Foul Play Sneasler again. Sneasler's faster than anything, so the Trick Room takes that pressure off me at least. We do get a KO here. I guess I also knocked out the Indeedee. So I actually am up in the Pokemon count right now, but that doesn't really make this game feel a whole lot more winnable. Heat Wave. Okay, no KO, no burn or anything. Life Dew might have been better to click then. The Sableye being slower than Armarouge is also good information. I can Foul Play that next. It is a special attacker, but at least it's super effective, right? And what's their last Pokemon? Blood Moon Ursaluna, okay. If I can get this Matcha Gotcha, that could do good damage to the Ursaluna. I don't think it's going to work out, but I'll try. One other thing about the Trick Room. The Trick Room... Okay, the Ursaluna is slower than Sableye. And knocks it out with Blood Moon. Alright. And Basculegion loses in the Trick Room. Can't even click Aqua Jet as long as the Psychic Terrain is still up. But I don't have Protect on either of these Pokemon, so there wasn't much I could do to stall it out. I guess I could click Life Dew that last turn. Would have been more valuable, but are we really taking these hits after that? Okay. Psychic Terrain is over. I can click Aqua Jet, but Basculegion is at 5 HP. Whichever of these I knock out, the other one knocks me out back. Maybe the Ursaluna only knows Blood Moon and no other moves at all. What do you think? What do you think, Chad? Is it possible? Doesn't matter. Aqua Jet wasn't taking a KO there on either of them. Alright, well now I have to keep playing, because this will drop me below 1650 again. That's how that works, right? What a menace. They just click close combat into a team full of ghost types turn 1. Got me good. Who's next? Miguel Ma 96. Okay. Hard Trick Room. The most like classic Reg H hard Trick Room size spam you could imagine. And the Ursaluna punishes my Fire Terror. That's nice. Okay. Well, do I bring Typhlosion to this one? I could bring Typhlosion to this one. I don't know. Basculegion's pretty good here, though. It threatens Ursaluna either outside of Trick Room or outside of Psychic Terrain. We'll see how that part goes. Can do stuff to Torkoal and Hatterene. I think Basculegion is a little bit more of a use case here than Typhlosion. We'll see. Hatterene Mousehold, so they're going straight for that Trick Room. I'm thinking about the Terrifier on Annihilate. I don't think I need to do it immediately. I'm just going to bulk up in Light Screen right now. I think they're going to set Trick Room with Hatterene anyway. They protect? What's the Mousehold going for? Are they just covering for like a final Gambit? But, I mean, that would make sense, but there was no Follow Me. Taunt Sableye, okay. Alright, so I don't get a Reflect right now, but the Light Screen is more important. More immediately important anyway. I am down to double the Mousehold with Drain Punch and Foul Play. That seems pretty strong. Don't have to worry about Follow Me after that. I hope. Switch it out. Okay. So much for that. That was a free +1 Rage Fist into Hatterene. They get their other redirector up now. Okay. Battlefield got weird. I'll get some good damage into Indeedee. There's the Trick Room. I think I Terrifier now. I'm messing with his Expanding Force. Or Dazzling Gleam. Could be either. Since I have Sableye on the field. I'd like to get rid of this Indeedee if I can. I'll just throw off a Foul Play while I'm at it. Really won't do much to Hatterene, will it? But the alternative is switch Sableye out, and I don't think I want to at the moment. It's nice to preserve Sinistcha until Annihilate actually needs Hospitality. I also don't really want to switch Sinistcha in on a big Expanding Force right away. Certainly don't want to switch Basculegion in here. Helping Hand, what is it going for? Dazzling Gleam, okay. So the one that hits Sableye, ooh, it KOs too. Alright, Sinistcha's coming in then. It is a Rage Fist stack on Annihilate though. Not too much cost. And I'll get a nice Drain Punch, Life Orb Hatterene, okay. I'll get a nice Drain Punch into the Indeedee, get rid of that. They haven't used their Terra, so they could still trick me with Terra Ghost Mousehold and use that for Follow Me support. We'll see. Okay, Annihilate is going to get a whopping 1 hit point from this Hospitality, but again, don't want to bring Basculegion into this position. Torkoal. Uh-oh. Alright, Sinistcha's kind of pinned then. Okay, well I know all their Pokemon now. Hatterene, Torkoal, Maushold. They didn't bring Ursaluna. I think it might be worth sacking Basculegion here, actually. How many turns of Trick Room are left? Not very many, right? It took them a while to set it up. Sorry. Not very many turns have passed is what I meant there. I said the opposite of what I meant. It took them a while to set Trick Room. If I get Basculegion in... Basculegion is very strong in this endgame if Trick Room is not up, but I don't know that we get to an endgame where Trick Room is not up. So, I think I'm going to Rage Fist Torkoal. Swap out to Basculegion. And count on Annihilate to carry the rest of this game, pretty much. I can't click Population Bomb into Annihilate now, but at least I have a bulk up. I don't think I got Reflect, though, right? Because they taunted Sableye turn 1. Torkoal terrestrializes, presumably to fire, yeah. There's going to be a big eruption, but both my Pokemon resist and have a lot of special bulk. I think the Hatterene will probably knock out Basculegion after this, but I've targeted Rage Fist into Torkoal, so this eruption will not hit nearly as hard after this turn. Expanding Force. Knocks out Basculegion. Wouldn't bet that crit mattered. I will actually get a Hospitality that matters a fair bit more now into Annihilate. Here comes the Rage Fist into Torkoal. Okay, doesn't quite KO, but that eruption is going to be a lot weaker. They could have some other coverage that wipes out my Sinistcha. I'd prefer that they not, but they could. I think I'm down to try to take out the Hatterene now. I'll click Life Dew. Hopefully I'll get to execute the move. Weather Ball, okay. That'll only hit Sinistcha though, not Annihilate. That's KO. Big Rage Fist into Hatterene. After the Expanding Force. Oh, single target Expanding Force. Doesn't quite KO. But if that Maushold is Population Bomb, I might be coming up a little short here. They also could have Earth Power on Torkoal, now that I think about it. This could be like the one situation where that's actually useful. Because I think this is going to be the last turn of Trick Room now, which means I'd probably like to attack Maushold immediately. But that relies on Annihilate taking a hit from Torkoal. But that is the play I'm going to go for. I don't want to give Maushold a chance to be faster than Annihilate if I can avoid it. Let's Drain Punch. It protects. Yeah, that was always a possibility too. Doesn't matter if this Weather Ball KOs. Which it does. Okay, I should have protected there. Probably still lose, but... anyway. Yeah, came up a bit short there against that Sunroom team. Alright, trying to bounce back. Let's go. Don't think they counted that game toward my rating yet. This is where I was before, right? I played this person yesterday. I think. I played this exact unusual username yesterday. Can you really have the same opponent twice in a Grand Challenge? I think I beat this person yesterday. Hopefully I can do that again. They're really high up there on the ladder. I don't know if this is somebody, like a well-known player. I don't recognize the username. But it is a username that, just off of vibes, could be a well-known player. I didn't think you could have the same opponent twice in a Grand Challenge. But it might have happened here. Yeah, that's the same trainer card. I recognize that Entei and that Metagross. Gonna put my ape to sleep, aren't they? Oh well. What am I gonna do about it? I could put Sableye to sleep. That actually might be more productive for them because they can deny a screen. And Ape, you know, takes some time to get going anyway. Just Rage Powder, okay. Is that a Moongus that spammed Rage Powder for like the whole game? Did I actually win that other one or did I lose? I don't remember. I certainly played this person before. Trick Room, yeah. Oh well, now the Spore is pretty free. We're just gonna have to play through it. I don't remember a time I've gotten the same opponent twice before, so I definitely just assumed it couldn't happen. That would seem to make sense too, right? And again, maybe these games are not so sophisticated as to be able to check for that. Okay, Porygon 2 switches out. Is it it's the Ursaluna, yeah. Now they can put an Annihilape to sleep. I could go Sinistcha and try to keep the ape healthy with that. I also don't get the second bulk up, so when I can click Drain Punch, it'll only be +1. Also, as long as they have a Moongus, they have cover with Rage Powder. Quick bulk up here. I already have burned the mandatory sleep turn, so an Annihilape could even wake up right now. But yeah, definitely switch to Sinistcha here. Clear Smog. Okay, Clear Smog. They wipe out my boost. That does give me a Rage Fist stack, though. Blood Moon will also do that. Does an Annihilape wake up? If it does, I collect Bulk Up, which is not that useful here. It does, okay. Now I can Protect and either Life Dew or Matcha Gotcha. If I want to kill their Trick Room. 2 turns of Trick Room left. I think I'd rather Life Dew here. I can think about Matcha Gotcha next turn, depending on how much damage they do to Sinistcha. Next turn, I think they have a pretty easy Blood Moon into Sinistcha and Spore into Annihilape, don't they? Hyper Voice here. Doesn't do too much. I guess I have to go for the double Protect with Annihilape, because the alternative is letting it fall asleep. They definitely click Spore here. It feels a little silly, but it absolutely is my best play, I'm pretty sure. And I'll go for Matcha Gotcha this time with Sinistcha, try to get damage on that Blood Moon Ursaluna. Maybe I should Life Dew, actually. I guess if Annihilape survives this turn, I can Life Dew next turn, when we're out of Trick Room. Are they going to pivot the Ursaluna out? Well, that would mean nothing punishes the Machagacha. Oh, I get the double protect. Nice. Very lucky. 4 into Annihilate. Is it Blood Moon into Annihilate? It could be Blood Moon into Sinistra. It's just Hyper Voice again, okay. Depending on what this Machagacha does, this could actually get me into a pretty good position next turn. I've missed the Pokemon that was important to hit, and I hit the Pokemon that was not important to hit. Okay. Makes up for the double protect, I guess. Trick Room ends here. Maybe they didn't click Blood Moon because they read that I would go for the double protect. I mean, it was my obvious best play. So they could click it here, but I'll Rage Fist Amoonguss and Machagacha. They can make a switch. They certainly can, but I'm going to take this damage where I can get it. Terra? Uh-oh. What is it? Oh, the Ursaluna. Into... Ghost? Okay. Now I know I can Rage Fist that. I went for Rage Fist into Amoonguss here because it's been happy to click Rage Powder until now. They didn't actually do that. Okay, not the best damage. And as a berry. I can still put my ape to sleep then. Machagacha hits the Ursaluna this time, as well as the Amoonguss. That's not bad damage into Ursaluna. It crits. Okay, I see. I can put an Annihilate to sleep now. I was kind of hoping to knock out the Amoonguss there. Blood Moon does big damage. Good news is they can't click that again immediately. Annihilate will have to sleep for at least one turn after this. So I'll click Rage Fist into Amoonguss, but it won't actually happen because Annihilate is guaranteed to stay asleep this turn. They still can't set Trick Room immediately, so I'm just going to click Life Dew instead of worrying about Machagacha into the bear. Try to keep my team healthy to the extent that I can here. It's not a great position, but honestly, it's not amazing for my opponent either. Let's see how they handle it. I mean, they are threatening big Hyper Voice damage. Okay, Life Dew comes out before, though. Makes sense. It's Blood Moon or Ursaluna on a Trick Room team. Guess I haven't been paying attention to the Sinistra Ursaluna speed interaction. And we'll have to keep track of the Earth Power Annihilate. Might be fishing for a special defense drop, which they get. Uh-oh. Puff and heal their Ursaluna. Oh dear. Okay, this is scary because they have a pretty free Rage Powder now, right? So even if I get the Rage Fist off, I actually think I want to sack Sableye here. I can't have Annihilate taking Blood Moon at this kind of with lowered special defense here. It's annoying, but I'll go Sableye. I'll just Machagacha. Damage is still good into these Pokemon, but this is a really slow, awkward position. Fortunately for both players. It'll make it super pleasant. Getting Annihilate off the field definitely takes some pressure away. It also hasn't woken up yet. Hello in chat. See you here. If you just saw in the PDL Discord, yeah, I'm pretty sure I played this person yesterday already. So I didn't know this could happen. Rage Powder, yeah. Exactly. If I tried to Rage Fist the Ursaluna there, they could pretty easily redirect that, and I think it's going to go for Blood Moon into Sableye, which was Annihilate. Machagacha still does good damage, at least. Oh, it's another crit. Okay, I've crit the Ursaluna twice. Get the burn on Amoonguss. That's actually not bad. That's passive damage. Blood Moon. Knocks out Sableye. I can't get my screens back up. Those are probably about due to wear off. Good damage into Ursaluna, though. Actually, I'm in a pretty good spot into this Ursaluna this turn. Yeah, there goes my light screen. I hope Annihilape wakes up here. But even just landing Machagotcha would be big. Go for Rage Fist into Ursaluna. They can redirect it if they want. I'll go for Machagotcha. What's the current record? I lost count on day one, but I'm probably rating wise. I'm probably like low 1600s right now. It I don't think it updated after my last game, but that's probably about right. I've taken a couple of losses since I was typing in the Discord about maybe stopping. Okay, Porygon 2's back. Does Ursaluna protect here? I mean, I am threatening a KO, I think. Okay, Annihilape actually wakes up. I got the Rage Fist into Ursaluna. Nice. Another position where, in hindsight, I'd rather have clicked Life Dew, but Annihilape was not guaranteed to wake up there. Okay, screens are gone forever. Their biggest offensive threat is gone. I still haven't seen one of their Pokemon. And I still won't because it's Amoonguss now. I would like to Rage Fist that out of existence if I can. Maybe they protect it. They've shown Rage Powder, Spore, Pollen Puff, Clear Smog. I don't think they have Protect. I think they used Clear Smog earlier. Just Rage Fist and Life Dew. Maybe that was a different game where my opponent used Clear Smog, but I think it was this one. They've certainly shown Rage Powder, Spore, and Pollen Puff. No Protect. Amoonguss is finally gone. That thing put my ape to sleep twice in this game. But no more. And here's the Life Dew. What does Porygon 2 go for? Trick Room, okay. And what's their last Pokemon? That's the big mystery now. Been a real day for hindsight in the PDL. You just played your set while I was doing this, right? I mean, don't spoil, obviously, but are you alluding to that right now? I haven't used my Terra, right? I can Terra Fire and Rage Fist this Torkoal? I think so. Yeah. Let's preserve Sinistcha. Trick Room just went up. I don't think Basculegion is doing much in this game anyway. Sure cooked something for me. Alright, looking forward to it. If I remember right, there's a set that got an extension to Tuesday, so I'll probably not be watching them until like Wednesday this week. But definitely looking forward. People have really been cooking this season. I think it's partly just that there's some novelty with Sword and Shield now that I haven't played it in a while, but it's been a lot of fun to watch the things people come up with. Ice Beam into Annihilape. Nice. Can't even freeze in the strong sunlight, if that's a mechanic. I think it is. Basculegion survives the turn, so I can even Aqua Jet. I don't even... No need to Aqua Jet. They just have Porygon 2, I just Wave Crash it. Yeah, because it's immune to Last Respects. So even though the sun is up, I Wave Crash it. There we go. Snaps a little bit of a losing streak. This opponent was really high rated, too. Yeah, the Drain Punch doesn't do amazing damage. I think this was the clear Smogamungus. It's been such a long game. Can't blame me for not being sure, but I think they wiped out the bulk up that I got, and then later I switched to Annihilate out anyway. That Terra Blast didn't do very much. Turn should seal it. Long game, but pretty satisfying one. Definitely had some good luck here and there, with the sleep turns especially. And I guess critting the Ursaluna twice with Machagacha was also pretty nice, although that Rage Fist that hit it, you know, the cumulative damage didn't really matter considering how I knocked it out in the end. But okay, GG again to what I'm pretty sure is a repeat opponent in this challenge. By the way, is this a well-known player, Platinum? They're high rated and I don't recognize the name, but that just looks, you know, that just has the vibe of what could be the name of a well-known player. Anybody know? You don't know? Okay. Next game. Alright, so back to 1630s, not bad. I'm fighting Primp. It's in all caps, so maybe it's supposed to be P-R-I-N-P. Oh, they have Primarina. Primarina is a problem for this team. It really is. They also have a starter trio, so they could be doing pledge stuff. Alright, Sneasler, Typhlosion, Primarina, Dragalge, Whimsicott, Rillaboom. Start the procedure. Yeah. As always, if you've you haven't caught much of the stream over this weekend, this team does lean very heavily on its first 4 Pokemon, but I have, I believe, gotten Zoroark into 2 games so far this Grand Challenge, and Typhlosion into 3, which is not bad for those two. But those two come to pretty specific matchups. Whimsicott, Dragapult. Once again, we do have Encore games to worry about. Dragapult also threatens a lot of damage. Could just Terra Fire. Primarina's scary either way, so in a way it doesn't punish the Terra that hard. Nothing else on their team punishes it. Okay, if it saves me from like a Ghost Terra Blast, it's worth it. And I'll prioritize Reflect as well, because Dragapult are usually physical. But they don't have to be. A special Dragapult could actually be a pretty good Grand Challenge tech, I think. They do Terra Ghost immediately, never mind its Dragon. Okay. What are they going for? Dragon Darts would be nice because it doesn't do a whole lot to any one Pokemon and it gives me Rage Fist power, but they just rip an Outrage. That's fun. And they hit Annihilate with it for a ton of damage. Moonblast into Sableye, okay. That also does a lot of damage. Rage Fist back into Dragapult does respectable damage. That Outrage is so scary. I've also used my Terra now, so I can't Terra Fairy Rage Powder with Sinistcha. I can regular Rage Powder. This turn I'll protect Annihilate and Light Screen with Sableye. Good chance they knock Sableye out, and then I can get Sinistcha in. Outrage. Is it going? Looks like it's going into Sableye. Okay. I think it's worth it to redirect the Outrage away from... Oh, I just protected in front of Whimsicott. When will I stop doing that? Probably not this generation. Dragapult's confused. I could gamble on it hurting itself. Could. Go Basculegion. I think I just go Sinistcha and hope for the best as far as the Whimsicott goes. I swear, Pokemon Sword and Shield sabotaged me. I started playing VGC in the only generation where Encore was bad, and I've never gotten used to it being good. And I do get punished for it pretty regularly. Even though I've made some decent use of it myself, like once or twice. Okay, it's Taunt into Sinistra, that's fine. Never mind. So far, so good. Dragapult pulls off an Outrage, okay. Doesn't KO Sinistra, gives me the berry, that's good. And I can knock out Dragapult here. Ape's actually pretty healthy now, too. A few turns of leftovers and some hospitality doing some good work there. They go Rillaboom. They could have high horsepower. Most of them that I've seen this weekend have had high horsepower. I don't believe I got any bulk ups, but I did get Reflect. I think I'm down to just Rage Fist the Whimsicott, so I don't have to worry about that Pokemon anymore. And oh right, Sinch just taunted. Okay, I'll Machagotcha, that's fine then. I still have not gotten a single Machagotcha burn this weekend. Sunny day, what? High horsepower. That's a lot of damage, actually. Actually, it could be Sash Whimsicott, so Machagotcha maybe will seal the KO. Oh, that didn't do very much. Machagotcha does get the KO, though. Nice. Another crit. That's what, 3 Machagotcha crits in 2 games? But still not a single burn? What is the burn chance on Machagotcha? Anyone know? I think it must be, like, absolute highest 10%. I wouldn't be shocked if it's even lower, except that secondary... I'm not sure I know of a secondary effect that's lower than that. This Rillaboom is actually a threat, though. I have an idea. Actually. Oh, Typhlosion. That's what they were setting up for with the sun. That makes sense. I think my idea still works as well as it was ever going to. My idea is Protect and switch to Basculegion. Ideally, they don't knock out Basculegion this turn, and I don't think they will. But basically, I want to get Sinistra back in for Hospitality again. Eruption. Also can Aqua Jet the Typhlosion. Maybe. Maybe I just preserve Basculegion. Although, I'm gonna have to deal with this Rillaboom in the end game. Basculegion's not really good for that. I also have to get Annihilate healthy. Super clearly remember how much the high horsepower did before, but I think it did enough that I have to switch to Sinistra and Rage Fist Rillaboom. Could be a game-losing play, but we'll see what happens. Typhlosion protects. No Eruption this turn. Okay. They're recovering for the Aqua Jet, I guess, that I did think about using. Instead, Rillaboom takes his high horsepower. Big Rage Fist, please. Pretty big Rage Fist. I'd love to Strength Sap this Rillaboom, however, I'm not sure the Typhlosion will let me. I would think probably not. I think I'm okay if I Protect Annihilate and I click the Strength Sap anyway. I could, I could make the switch again and get another hit of Hospitality into Annihilate, but I don't actually think that's necessary. Maybe it is. Or maybe it's optimal, at least. Just need, if I get rid of the Rillaboom, then Basculegion can beat Typhlosion, but I think Annihilate can also beat Typhlosion if I get rid of the Rillaboom. So yeah, I'm actually going to pivot the Basculegion in once again. Go for another round of hospitality. Okay, eruption. They still might not take the KO on Basque Legion here. They don't. So I can actually switch it out again and still preserve that win con against Typhlosion. I'm also stalling Sun turns by doing this. My opponent's own grassy terrain is pretty helpful as well. Rage Fist, Rillaboom, switch to Sinistcha. What a silly game. Eruption, did you just go for that this time? Knocks out Sinistcha, of course. But Annihilape should take the high horsepower. I'm sure that crit on Sinistcha didn't matter. Annihilape narrowly takes the high horsepower, so I guess I did need all that matcha. Drank a matcha latte earlier today. I guess it's kind of fitting. Now, what is the item on the Typhlosion? Because if it's Choice Scarf, then it's probably optimal that I Aqua Jet instead of Wave Crash or Last Respects, right? Also, that nicely weakens the eruption damage. I'm going to Protect Annihilate just to be a little bit safe. If it's Choice Locked Typhlosion, a little bit of leftovers recovery into the weakened eruption doesn't hurt. Aqua Jet the Typhlosion here. Very convenient for me that they never knocked out Basque Legion. That almost KOs. Okay, they were not choice locked. Okay, I'm gonna need Annihilape to take one more hit then. Oh, they used Protect earlier. Of course they weren't choice locked. I could have just knocked it out with Wave Crash. I might have thrown. Depending on whether Annihilape takes the Shadow Ball here. Light screen wears off at the worst time. Okay, Annihilape survives. Good. I almost threw that one, but my Pokemon managed to pull through. We've gone down, Robbie, just a little bit. Actually, we might be back up there now after this one. I'll check. I lost the first couple games after 1650, but then I beat somebody who was like in the 1700s. And then, despite trying to throw this game, so to speak, pull through on this one. Alright, we're back at 1651 with 9 games left. I think I should play it out. Agree? I did say I wanted to play all 45 this time. Yeah. Alright, Sam. Oh, 1709. Uh-oh. Dragonite, Sneasler, Ninetales, Rillaboom, Ursaluna, Basque Legion. There you go. You just bring a bunch of the best Pokemon. You can cross 1700. I'm sure that's not really... They didn't really just mash the best Pokemon together, but there are a lot of scary Pokemon here. I think it's Coaching Sneasler. It could be on this team. Anyway. What we do. Let's see how it goes. Dog team, but they switched out Dango for Basque Legion? Yeah. It's pretty scary. Basque Legion is a... Well, I would know from using this team. Kind of a powerhouse. They definitely save some games where you fall behind. Okay, Rillaboom, Sneasler. Not too bad a lead for me to see. I don't think you guys were watching earlier, but I had a game. It was part of that. It was one of those early losses after 1650. I was facing a Sneasler lead. It was a Psychic Seed Sneasler. And I said, I'm just going to Terrafire immediately to cover for the Indeedee. They could click Close Combat, but they won't do that turn 1. The Terrafire can help Annihilate survive and set up here. And then they did just click Close Combat into Annihilate, and they knocked it out turn 1 with a double up. Saw that taunt, by the way, don't worry. Didn't miss it. It's awkward, for sure, to deal with. Fire tries light screen, but getting Sinistcha in here and clicking Machagotcha because of the taunt wouldn't be the worst thing. Might get a chance to do it next turn. We'll see if they knock out Sableye here. Oh, almost. Not for lack of trying. Well, I can preserve Sableye. Hopefully I don't forget that I have it in the back. I might have done at some point. And yeah, I'll just go Sinistcha here. Again, even if they taunt it, clicking Machagotcha into these guys. I mean, hey, maybe this is finally the game where I get a burn with it. It could happen. Terra, okay. Is it another Throat Chop Sneasler? That Sneasler that close combated earlier also was Terra Dark with Throat Chop. Now it's flying. Is it Acrobatics? Yes. Okay. How much does that do? Quite a lot. Okay. Well, I get a bit of extra power on this Rage Fist. That is +1 defense Sneasler, though. I think I'll just Taunt. Sorry, I'm scrambling my thoughts again. Protect, Annihilate this next turn, and then because I'm anticipating Taunt into Sinistcha, I'm not going to bother with a Life Dew. I'll just go for Machagotcha. What's Taunt? You think it's Acro, Robbie? Yeah, I think so too. I'm guessing you said that before it actually showed the move. Burn? It's a crit. I've had a lot of good luck in this Grand Challenge. I'm not going to pretend otherwise, but not a single Machagotcha burn. Okay, Terrafire, Rage Fist, Sneasler. Machagotcha. Of course, now some of the things in the back could become more dangerous because I've done this, but he's being knocked out right now. Big Acrobatics into Annihilate. Might get knocked out right now anyway. High horsepower. Nice. Okay. Probably just can't ever beat this Rillaboom now. If I still have the Terra Grass on Basculegion, I could, but I don't. This would be a great time to get a Machagotcha burn. Okay, well, they don't have priority Grassy Glide right now, so I guess this is the time for this guy. Except there's no chip on the... Well, there's not much chip on the... I got a crit into the Rillaboom, but there's not much chip on it. So, Last Respects with 1 boost. You know what? can bait them into wood hammering that slot and sack Sableye. Rely on Basket Legion and Sinistcha to win. If they're baited into wood hammering, then they don't switch Rillaboom out, at least not yet. Sableye doesn't do much in this game at this point anyway. Okay, they take it out with that. Rillaboom shouldn't have a way to threaten... I mean, it could run knockoff, but I doubt it. Shouldn't have a way to do too much to Sinistcha. Yeah, okay, Machagacha. Okay. Now I go Basket Legion for real, and I lock into Last Respects. Oh, we finally got a burn. Look at that. This is game number 38? 37? 37. There's a Machagacha burn. Go to Basket Legion, lock into Last Respects, and hope that Sinistcha survives and is able to handle Ursaluna if they brought that. Just keep clicking Machagacha. Well, let's hope they didn't bring Ursa. Yeah. Okay, Rillaboom switching is probably GG, because once it gets its priority Grassy Glide back online, I don't know how I ever beat it. Basket Legion is not the least tanky Pokemon in the world, though. Sneasler uses its last turn on this Earth to taunt Sinistcha, which is honestly, I think, not the worst thing for me that it could have done. Knock Ninetales down to the Sash. Machagacha is looking at big KOs here. It misses Ninetales. Okay. Takes out Sneasler. Obviously would have rather missed Sneasler, because I think that would drop to burn damage anyway, but... what can you do? That menace is finally gone. Rillaboom can come back now. And if it does, I have to prioritize it, because I can wipe out Basket Legion. Or we could find out what their last Pokemon is. Okay, no, we get Rillaboom. Yeah, there's not much to think about here. Last Respect's into Rillaboom and Machagacha. Those are the only two moves I can click anyway, so it's just a question of targeting. And Rillaboom is definitely the higher priority than Ninetales. The miss is so bad. It's pretty bad, but... I mean, I was behind from earlier in this game anyway, so... things don't work out, they don't work out. Icy Wind. Okay. And the Machagacha this time. All that's left is whatever their last Pokemon is. Basket Legion is at neutral speed. The Icy Wind negates the Choice Scarf. Sinistcha's at -1. The speed is probably not important. If it's Blood Moon or Ursaluna in the back, then Basket Legion is useless for the rest of the game, but hopefully Sinistcha can clutch. It's their Basket Legion. Okay, so taking away my Choice Scarf is pretty rough here, but... is Sinistcha still taunted? For one more turn. Okay. Only two moves I have. Last Respects and Machagacha. Nothing else to do here. They get Last Respects first. They're probably running Scarf Basket Legion, come to think of it. So yeah, taking away my Scarf is pretty big there. What does Machagacha do? Single target. Super effective. It KOs. Oh my god, okay. It crits. Oh my god, the clutch Machagacha crit. And the first Machagacha burn of the whole challenge. Thanks for the raid. Flapdin, if I'm saying that right. Flapdin, maybe. It's French, I don't know. That was just an absolutely silly ending to that game. What am I at now? Sinisha has been so clutch this challenge. 1669. Number 217 overall. I am once again kind of tempted to end here. Enough so that I'm gonna have to take a moment to think about it. I'm having fun though. So the crit, yeah, Robbie showing in chat the crit never K, or the matcha gotcha there never KOs without the crit. Yeah, I believe it. That feels like the kind, maybe the kind of game that you end on. Take the win where it comes. I think I might call it here. Any raiders in chat? "37 games is practically 45 games, right?" I think I'm talking myself into stopping. And hey, I can go upload my PDL match for tomorrow. It's ready to upload, I just haven't done it yet. It'll probably be like plus or minus a second on YouTube because it tends to go that way, but right now the video is exactly 30 minutes long. Which I just think is kind of neat. I think I'm gonna call it here. I think we're gonna ride the high. I don't know what I just clicked on. Start sub goal. This channel is not big enough for subs. I think we're gonna call it there. I don't think we soil that Sinistra clutch moment with potentially some less clutch moments. So thanks for watching, Robbie and everyone else. But I'm going to end this stream a little bit early. I surely will get some championship points from this Grand Challenge, but they don't pay out very much anymore. And I'm not trying to qualify for Worlds anyway. But it's always nice to see the number go up. Certainly enjoy that. Hi, first time chatters, Soyo the gamer. 9 whole points. That's what I'm talking about. I am down if that's what I get. But that was my Grand Challenge, I think. Guess I'll end the stream. Thanks for watching, everyone. I don't know when I'll stream again. Like I said earlier, when I don't think anyone was in chat, I will definitely not stream Terastal Crescendo. I don't know if I'll even play that. I haven't thought very much about what to use, but I'll be out of town for Thanksgiving anyway, so I won't be at home with my tech. If I play at all, I certainly won't be streaming it. Maybe when Legends ZA comes out, I'll stream that if I feel like it. That's probably the next thing, if so. But over on my YouTube channel, Slowpoke Well, I have something going up every day this month. So, lots to see there. If you're not familiar with my work. But anyway, fun little stream, fun little weekend of streaming. I'm definitely not as exhausted as I was the last couple times. I think it's something you build up over time. So I'll be back at some point. Not next weekend, but sometime. Bye for now.